Hello, welcome to my studio. My name is Jack T. Perry. This is Thunder Studio, Onslow County. We're located in Sneads Ferry, North Carolina. This year I celebrate 60 years of playing with drums, performing, recording. It's a lot of years to be out there playing around, messing around with drums, tuning, tearing apart, fixing. Today's video is just going to be about what it is I do, whether it's right or wrong. Your way, my way, the right way, the wrong way. To me, this is what I do. Hopefully there's something in this video that you might be able to take away from. And let's get started. We're going to tear this snare drum down and completely put it back together and get it ready for a show. Okay, let's get started. We're going to take these heads off. And the bottom. Okay, so let's give each one of these a little bit of a tighten. We're going to see how loose they are, because you never know what's going on in the factory. I don't know what happened in transit. I don't know what anybody did, but that's the reason why I like to go in here and check every last bit of them. Make sure that they're all tight, which as you can see, they all need a little bit of snugging. So you want to go on to the whole drum. And you want to get every one of these just tightened enough to where they're not turning. Please don't snug down on them. You snug them too hard during playing, you can snap the heads of these screws right off. So just make sure they're tight, and that, you know, if you feel like that the tension, the tuning, and everything is going to be true when you get everything put back together. And that including the strainer, the spare butt, everything needs to get tightened. Okay, I like to take each tension rod, and I just kind of want to dip a little bit into a lubricant of some kind. This is just lightweight machine oil. As I take the tension rods off, I notice that there's no lubrication on them, on the tension rods. So I don't submerge them. I just give a little tip, put it in there that way, and that way it's not lubricating everything to where it's going everywhere, but just enough to lubricate each and every of the lugs, tension rods. This helps with tuning. You don't want to put a lot on there, because if you do, then they might just loosen up on you while you're playing. You just want to give enough to get the threads wet and put those in, and I think they really help with getting your tuning right. So I do them all. Okay, I've had a lot of people ask me about drum heads. I've had more people tell me about heads they prefer. I like the Remo heads. I'm a big fan of the hazy bottom. I love the hazy bottom heads. I love the Ambassador heads. I've been using them for years. I just love them. I trust them. It's just what I use on my snare drum. So let's just go ahead and get these changed. Okay, so there's kind of a wrinkle here and right here. Don't let that bother you. That's just the snare bed where there's a slight indentment in the snare drum for the snares to rest. Just go ahead and tighten that up until those wrinkles are out of there. While you're tuning, you know, we're going to stagger. Okay, this is a pretty good starting place. We're kind of tuned up. It'll be a final tune after we get the snares put on, and we'll go back flip the drum, and we'll go ahead and get the top of it tuned, and then we'll fine tune the whole drum, and it should be ready for the show. Snares in the right place, and we're going to start with the tuning, and you know we're going to stagger from top, bottom, left, right, 11 o'clock, 3 o'clock, 6 o'clock, and I'll show you the diagram. In the tightened position on the snare drum, and they are not pulling left or right, they are in the center. So that's good. That's the tricky part. Okay, so I'm not real crazy about how the snare drum's performing, so I needed to flip the drum back over. I needed to come back, and I needed to I think it has to do with these snare beds. We're gonna kind of tighten them up here, get that tension right, and we're gonna kind of cross over, go here, 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 here. Okay, let's see what this sounds like. This ought to be pretty much it. And that's kind of how I do it, folks. Very nice. There you have it. Okay, that's pretty much it today. The snare drum to me sounds great. I don't have a problem with it. I just like to do this to all the snare drums that I get, whether they're used or new or wherever they came from. You want to make sure that when you get them, you tear them apart completely. Make sure everything's tight on the lugs, on the snare butt, on the strainer. Make sure there's no imperfections in the drum itself. Put on your new heads. I don't use the factory heads or the snares. I always buy new. And that's always makes them sing. So hope you enjoyed the video, and follow me at Thunder Studio Onslow County on social media. We have lots of music. There'll be some other videos that I do, and hope you enjoyed this one, and hope there's something that you could take away from it. We'll see you again. Thanks for watching.